You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be my baby. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get you.
Yes, I am.
Ooh, we're a bit drippy, aren't we? I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get you, yes I am. I'm gonna get you, baby. I'm gonna get you, yes I am. I'm gonna get you, yes I am. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh.
Hello, welcome to another edition of the K-Secret Life with yours truly. Yes, peeps, it's the return of another favourite for a second interview. I'm excited to reveal that joining me on the line is a lady born and raised in Brixton, South London, an award-winning singer and songwriter, and she made a name globally, becoming the vocalist in Bizarre Inc. when their 1992 hit I'm Gonna Get You went into the UK charts. She was born to parents Almatine and Alfred... What does that say? I can't say this thing. She was born to parents Almatine and Alfred Jamaican-born parents. Sorry, Pet, eyesight's terrible. And they were a nurse and carpenter, respectively. And I remember when Almatine told her vocalist daughter at a young age that it's a rat-waste world and you must get your education. And from Top of the Pops to Come Dine With Me, where her friend Scott cooked pigeon for dinner. And also the moment when her long-time good pal Trevor Purvis cocked up the very moment when he telephoned her to say a loud hello, and only to find out she was at the funeral, which put poor me here in a very awkward position when he passed the phone to me to sing to Angie, who's coming up any minute now. Well, I'm delighted to welcome back the First Lady of Dartsmans interviews and a regular to my programme and a Newcastle gay scene icon. Please welcome back the fabulous Miss Angie Brown. Hello, Angie.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome back.
How are you?
I'm alright, yourself?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Hello, listeners.
Hello.
Listening.
Angela, before we begin, there's also another celebration because, have you heard of Sam Dickinson?
No, Sam Dickinson.
Yes.
Who's that?
He's the Gateshead lad from, he's a Gateshead singer and he's the soul singer from Gateshead. He's a young lad, he sang When You Left Me on Radio 2.
Okay, I'm not really When You Left Me, I don't remember it.
Well, I'd just like to say a huge shout out to him because today his new single is released called Wild Sun.
Oh, well done, Sam. You know, I'm sure it's going to be a massive hit for you, darling.
Yes, I certainly agree. Because he's one of the best.
Fingers crossed, everything works out beautifully, okay?
It's his mini album as well that gets released later on through the year, which is entitled From the Glass House Part 1, which took quite a lot of time to do, etc.
Wow. Well, I wish him all the best, because it's difficult getting airplay and launching a new career. So well done for sticking your neck out.
Aye, definitely. Okay, Angie, let's begin with how the classic talent TV show Opportunity Knocks was like approaching your way. That was one way of how your singing career started, wasn't it? Because also don't forget your lovely mum telling you that it's a rat race world and you must get yourself education.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, when I was a kid, I wanted to be on there because Nina Zabaroni was on there, but I was only really about 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, I did do some talent competitions, the ones in pubs and stuff like that when I was older, when I was about 16, 17. My mum used to take me to Butlins competitions and various singing competitions around the country just to, get honing on my craft. I wasn't always trying to win, but,
yeah.
I won some and I lost some, but, it was Butlins really. When I was a kid, I entered the competition and I got through to quite far heats, and it was always in the local papers, and I started seeing a singing teacher, and I didn't win that competition because I sang a classical piece, and they really liked all the pop stuff like DISCO, all that, and I was singing this really big piece, and it was far too classical for them, so I didn't get very far. But I met my singing teacher, and I still see her now.
Oh, that's nice.
30 odd years later, I still go. I went for a class today and doing all my
Now, Angie, everyone's talking about it, and I'm not talking EastEnders, by the way, but tell us about I'm Gonna Get You, because that sold over 200,000 copies, and you must have been overjoyed and gobsmacked to find out it went that far to becoming a great success.
It did really. I mean, what happened was as well, I was it wasn't my band. I was just a session singer, so I didn't really care. I got paid to do it, so I didn't care whether it lived or died, because so many tracks came out with my name on that didn't do anything. So when this one started to creep up the charts, it was wow. It was really like, what is going on?
Because it's 26 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a classic. It's a floor filler. It's one of the best tracks, from the 90s. It's regarded as one of the favourites.
Yeah, because my younger sister Lauren was born in the same year.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well,
she's a little bit older than the single though, because she was born on the 23rd of January. So I thought, isn't that ironic having a family member born the same year that Bizarre Inc. and Angie Brown released I'm Gonna Get You at the same time?
That's amazing. Well, I was very blessed to be having the right kind of sound that they were looking for at the right time, and house was massive, and I was very lucky to be a part of it, because I could do what the American girls, I could make the same, kind of sound that they wanted from the American girls. So it was cheaper to go for a Brit, and I basically just got stronger from doing that kind of singing. And sometimes I'd be the only Brit singer on the whole thing. It'd be all American girls, and Jocelyn and Mazel, and all the big names, CC and all of that. But there was little old me from England.
And I get a bit Australian as well, like your friend Kelly Wilde, who I interviewed the other week, and I'm sure she's going to be watching this.
Oh, she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie.
She certainly is. She certainly is. She's been gone round the bush, babe.
I love Kel, so she's my girl. So I
always hear Gloria in the pink room. Gloria.
Oh, she's fun. Yeah, she really knows how to get everyone jumping with that one. She does. She does well with that.
She does. She certainly does.
It's great. So, yeah. So, but basically, what were we talking about?
I don't know. It's me blabbering on.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny.
Well, that's what happens when you're in an interview. Right, you've appeared on The Voice when it was on BBC One at the time, because it's obviously now on ITV. But you weren't selected to be progressed to the next stage. Why was that?
Well, to be honest, I think that it was really a case of, they do invite a lot of named artists and singers to come and do their thing, and think they just literally want a star turn because nobody ever goes through it. All the talented singers. I mean, I've watched it and thought, oh God, that person's really good, and they haven't turned around. So I know that we're just invited on to.
Because I remember watching Kylie Minogue singing to you.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, we have to go through the audition as if we were, going to get through, but we don't, because I think we're invited on for the ratings. So the ratings are really good where they were back in the day. So,
Georgia got the crowd off their feet that episode anyway.
Yeah, it's a great reaction that I get from the crowd, really, and that's a good piece of film that I use for if people want to hire me, just say, look, this is what I can do. If that's the thing you're looking for, then I'm that type of girl. If you're looking for blinking jazz and ballads, I'm not the girl. I'm not all show tunes. I mean, I can do them, but that's not what I don't need to, because people hire me to do house.
Yes.
They hire me to blow the roof off. That's what they want.
Especially when it goes do 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 do. Because that blows the roof off in some venues as well. And it's good when I've mixed the key, the secret's going to get you, because after it goes, I've got the key, and then it goes, you DJ, pump this party.
I love it. It's so clever.
I'm still working on it, because I'm trying to get the why waste your time bits on the bit where it goes do 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 do.
Wow, I love it though. I love where you're taking it. It's cool.
DJ Drama says you like a cappella, so I'm getting a little bit more a cappella in the background.
Yeah, I do. I like it when it's got a radical sort of sound to it,
Yeah.
I really do, so that it's a little bit in your face. That's just great when it's like that.
Oh, good.
A good track. Good track, just exciting to listen to. So.
You also made an appearance as well on Club Reps some years ago, and you became the star attraction for the evening, didn't you?
Yeah. I was out there to do a PA for my friend Zoe, so we met up and it was cool, and I knew some of the club reps out there, because I used to work for Club 1830s as one of their artists and going around to all their different resorts, and I was on the 90s night, maybe with Rosala or Tony Hadley or various people from the 90s, and even Lamar, so it was good times. So basically they were filming Club Reps, because that used to be a reality TV show for many years, and they came out, and everything I told them not to do, they did. Oh, don't get my bum in that shot, and
how big is my bum?
It was fun, and I remember my friend Zoe. She worked out there, and she said to me, I said to her, I'm going to be opening a record shop in York, and she said, what, New York? I said, no, just York, normal York.
Not big up in New York.
No, not New York at all. So,
but that would be
there were glory days working for Club 1830s and going round and being hanging out with the club reps, and that's how I got that interview with Edith Bowman, wasn't it? So.
You mentioned Edith, I remember.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Oh, she is. La 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 la.
Yeah, she interviewed me, so it's great. It's great. It's a nice bit of film actually, and then they showed the gig and everything. It was a really good promotion for me. It really was. It was great bit of footage. So.
How do you feel about modern music today?
Well, I like some of it. Well, I like Little Mix and things like that. But if it's really kind of got more edge to it, like drill and spit and grime, I don't like that. It's not my thing. It needs to have a bit more melody going on, really, for me to like it. It's too hard. But, I do like, there's a lot of music that I do like. So, modern music, I don't know, Mabel, I like Mabel, and I like...
You definitely like Aretha as well, I know that.
And I like things that Sam Smith does. Not, I like Ed Sheeran. I like loads of modern people. They're great. Exceptionally talented. That bloody Ed Sheeran, he's amazing.
Now, Angie, I've said this is how I said this to you the last time. Now, Angie, come dine with me. Now, you will remember my friend Ginny, who wrote the story on News at 10, or she read the story out about how you had a least favourite food of all time, and you revealed that your friend Scott made a cooked bird. That's also the name for a rat with wings. Pigeon. Who makes pigeon these days? Tell us all about Come Dine With Me.
Well, it was just a friend of mine, Scott. He got picked to be on Come Dine With Me, so he said, would you, Angie, would you come round and be the entertainment? And I thought, oh yeah, it's good to get on TV, even though, you know, again, reality TV is not paying your wages or anything, but you get amazing, I mean, you know, I've got some amazing footage and I get loads of work from The Voice, and I thought, again, people are going to see me. They don't know who the 90s artists are. They know they can put a face to 70s, 60s, 70s, even 80s, you know. Yeah. People know what Hazel Dean and Sybil looks like, but me, or people in the 90s, because it was all about the DJs. It wasn't really about us. So people are like, oh, that's what she looks like. And I basically, on them Come Dine With Me, even though my friend gave the girls pigeon and they just didn't want that, it's horrible.
If you had a cooked chicken, you would have won, like you said.
Yeah, well, he could have won, but because he got the highest scores for lots of things, but it's just hideous food, you know, as far as those girls were concerned. They didn't want pigeon. And
who wants to make pigeon?
Yeah, but I mean, I get lots of work out of it.
Yeah, that's good. You've done some work also, Angie, with Nina Cherry and Kate Bush. Tell us about the work that you did, because you did Back and Forth, didn't you? And you appeared in one of Kate's videos as a bit of an extra.
Yeah,
tell us
that's
more.
Right. Yeah, Kate Bush, she was making this, I forget the name of the album, but she's dancing on the fruit. And she's like, pick a mango, yeah, you know, and jump on the star fruit and all of that stuff. She's all jumping all over the fruit, and it's all tropical fruit, and she's got all these dancers in the back, and with the women with the baskets on her heads. It's quite, you know, it's probably seen as a no-no these days.
One of my favourite singles from her is Cloud Busting.
Well, that's a great song. I like.
Every time it rains, yeah.
Nanushka.
Yeah. And
is it Nanushka? Labushka, that's it. I think
she had a haircut short for the video, didn't she, for Cloud Busting, because Donald Sutherland plays his father.
She had a very
different
look for that one, babes. She did. So I danced for Kate, and in a sort of village theme thing that she had on her video, and for Naina, it was just what did Naina have? Oh, it was choral work. We worked on her album, so we worked on her album. Yeah, so it was all, she's cool. She was cool. That was when she was, God knows what the album's called, but that's when she was flying. She just wanted a big chorus thing, and all us singers used to all hang out at the same nightclubs, and we'd go off to the studio. Sometimes people would come round and say, oh, can you do this for us? And we'd go, yeah, we'd love it. And we'd do it, and we'd get paid, and we'd move on. And I did that on the Love I Lost. Me and a friend went to the studio, what's his name, studio, that Pete Waterman's place in the dead of night, and we put that down for girls, because Sybil wasn't happy with the original vocalists on there, and she said, oh, now I want some girls, some black girls, because she said it was too white bread for her. So it was good. So I'm on the Love I Lost. If you know my voice, you'll hear me clear.
Oh yes, we can't not recognise your voice, Angie.
Yeah, so it's good. I was happy with that.
Rocking for myself. It's it'll be 25 years next year as well, because it was a 1994 hit for you under the company Motivate. Did that take long to write as well as record it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't. I only really ad-libbed on it, sort of writing. To be the writing side of it, I just did the ad-libs. I didn't really write the lyrics, because it's a sample. It's an old sample from an black Italian vocalist, I think, or it's owned by an Italian company, that he bought the vocal off them, and I just re-sung it note for note, and then I did some ad-libs. So I I didn't really get a writing credit on that, but
you just put some vocals to it.
And I can still do it on my 90s. They want 3 tracks for the 90s. I've got Rocking for Myself, I'm Gonna Get You, and Playing with Knives. And actually, when I was on The Voice, they kept saying, "Oh, you're a one-hit wonder," and I thought, somebody here hasn't done their research, because I'm not going to tell you guys, because that can be my little in, because they always want a bit of a sob story, and I thought I didn't have a sob story, so I just said, nothing I wanted to air. So I said, I said, I'm a one-hit wonder, and nobody knows who I am, and nobody recognizes. And I thought, do your research, mate. I've had more than one hit, but there you go. You guys don't know that, which is good for me anyway.
Do you still keep in touch, Angie, with the clan from Bizarre Inc.?
No, I don't see them, and I don't really know them anymore.
Oh,
but right. I do see one guy talking about one guy called Carl.
Is that the guy who did you DJ Pump This Party?
No, he's the blonde one that was in the video. He's the one with the long blonde hair. But the thing is, with Carl, they sacked him, so and I went after him. So but I don't think they've expected me to survive so long, and I have. Without them, it's great. I'm more successful than them, really.
But you have good memory, they're the main thing.
Of that song, so they'll get money for writing it, but I still get money for performing it. It's great. I've been able to make a great living from it, so it's all good for me, babe.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it. Tell us, you're a radio presenter as well on Second City Radio. How is that radio slot doing at the moment? And by the way, I heard you last night.
Oh, did you like it?
I said, oh my God, Angie Brown is trying a hand out on radio presenting.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do more talking, but I thought it's not a chat show. I want it to be more, lots of music, and it's very eclectic. It could be anything that I like, which is probably mostly house, because, nobody else on the station plays house, so I thought I'd go for that angle, being known for club music and dance music. Why not? It's a market that I know and can fulfill. So basically I started that back in May, and I was doing it with a friend of mine, but then I decided to go solo because it was easy to do it from my house every Thursday. And I get immense nerves and stuff, and if I could bottle it, I would, because it's so
always best to breathe in deep and not blind panic.
Yeah, it's just, what have I done, what have I pressed? It's so scary, but, I love it. I really do. It's really exhilarating. It's the most exhilarating thing.
Do you have, Angie, any favourite gigs that you've performed? I know, and from what I've read, gay pride gig events are one of your favourites.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many that I do. There's, they kind of mash into one big fantastic time, because I think about 3 weeks ago I played Pontins in the afternoon, about 2 in the afternoon, and then I got on the train, came back to London, and I played at a place called Printworks in Surrey Quays, and Pontins was about 60 people, because it was 2 in the afternoon. They'd all been up really late on Friday night, and a few people just strolled in, and I did my sort of a bit of stand-up for them, because, that Michael Barrymore kind of, I know that he's not on TV anymore, but when he was funny, because he never told any jokes. He just went up to people and had a conversation with them.
And
it was just, exactly that. And I was talking to people, and I had a bit of their drink, and I'd talk a bit and sing a bit, and people really laughed. They thought it was like the comedy, and a few people messaged me on Instagram saying that, well, I was the best thing for them. They were so glad that they got up in the afternoon and dragged themselves out of their chalets to come and watch my show. Because when I got to London, so 80 people or 60 people, let's put it, at Pontins, and by the time I got to London there was about 15,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in the same day. I was like, and Trevor came with me. He met me in London, in Paddington.
Yeah.
And he came to Printworks, and he will tell you that it went back and back and then back some more, and I was like, wow. I mean, they didn't come to see specifically just me, but
yeah.
You know, they did have people staying. You know, a big influx when people left. A lot of people leaving to get their tubes and their trains and make their way home, because it's thousands of people. It was like an indoor festival, and lots of DJs on and whatever. And anyway, Trevor had the backstage pass, and Bongo John, my little percussionist that comes out and plays live with me. It was just, we were astounded with the amount of people.
Oh, and speaking of Trevor as well, pardon this question. Obviously, Easy Street's one of your second homes, but one humorous blooper was when the time I was in Easy Street, and then Trevor Purvis, who we've just talked about, called you, and Trevor passed the camera to us, and I sung bits of I'm Going to Get You to You, and what me and him didn't realise is that you were actually at a funeral, which came as a shock with mixed emotions, and it sounded like it was hilarious and it wasn't hilarious.
Just
and
funny.
Obviously, I felt absolutely gobsmacked, and I was absolutely...
Oh, you're so silly, honestly. It was the funniest
I know,
thing.
it was just... It was when Usher's at a funeral, I was like, you watch us at a funeral? I absolutely bursted out laughing, and I stopped, and I started, and I stopped, because it was actually... I couldn't believe it. But obviously you've known Trevor for years, haven't you?
Yeah, Trevor used to work at a nightclub, and me and Sybil was on the road singing. She was doing Good and Ready, Love and Lost, and I was doing I'm Going to Get You and all that. And we used to stopped off at Trevor's club, and we left there in blinking hours off our heads with Courvoisier and giggling, and we just had such a good time.
He's in Benidorm,
and Trevor was managing the club then, and he kept getting us back to do various things over the years, and then I lost contact with him, and then he came to see me in Newcastle, and then he said, "Do you remember me?" And he held his, because I'd seen last time I saw him he had hair, so he didn't have any hair now. He looked different, but then I recognised him, and then we've been inseparable since that getting back together. We've been inseparable because he's such a nice man.
He is. He's a tough cookie. I know he's had his ups and downs, but you know what? He's clicked and just battled it on, and he's gone right up to the top again with help from his friends.
Haven't we all? We've all been through it at some point, and
yes.
But Trevor is he's a very dignified man. So he gets what he deserves. Some horrible things happen to all of us, but he always gets through because he's a formidable person. He's a kind person who's got so much love for everyone. Only good things can happen to people like that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not saying bad things don't happen.
No, of course it has to happen at some point, but it's how you learn to live with the pain and etc. and learn how to inspire others to speak out and support them as much as you can. Yeah,
that's right. And he is always there for the small man, and he'll always speak up and defend people that need his help. He's kind. He's a very benevolent soul, and I like kindness.
Yeah.
I gravitate to people who are not like Trevor could be seen as a part of my entourage, because he comes to a lot of my gigs, and he will jump on the train and he'll meet me in Blackpool or down in London because he wants to be there, and that's really great. I feel the love.
And when you sung I'm Going to Get You at 2017 Pride, I remember I was sitting next to Trevor and Holly, and we were all saying, "Oh, Angie's up," and obviously Trevor was like really, really dancey and groovy.
Wow.
Despite a few drinks.
He's a big supporter, isn't he? And he really, he knows me more now, and he goes, "Oh no, we got to take care of the bands, so we've got to make sure we get you some gigs, girl," because he knows that 90s artists we didn't get what we should have got. Loads of the labels shut down, or we just didn't get looked after. So that's why we're all we're strong and we're still working, but we just didn't get. People will think you're pop stars, but you're not, because you're working to make ends meet, because you didn't. we've all been ripped off over the years.
Yeah.
So that's what people didn't understand. They think, oh, but you're in the charts. It means nothing.
It's just a bit of history making, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're working for dodgy mafias and people really bad people, and the music business has got quite a dark underworld as well. And sometimes they made so much money back then because records were still selling, record shops were still around, and Woolies and all of that. And
I remember Woolworths, yes.
You never saw that money because they just shut up shop and they've gone, bye-bye, we're not paying you any royalties, bye-bye.
So sad when Woolworths went, but, all good things have to come to an end at some point.
I know, but Woolies, if they sold your record, it meant so much, my God.
So
it meant so much.
Bye.
Yeah. But it's all really good. It was a good time.
When you're singing, Angie, do you have any favourite feelings of emotions, or do you feel vibes when you're up? Because I definitely know what you like rapping to on I'm Gonna Get You is a sample of DJ Piper's Do You Really Like It by singing, well, 11-8, after the bit where the guy goes, you DJ Pump This Party.
Yeah, I just have fun with when I'm singing. When I'm singing house, I have a lot of fun. If I sing ballads, I notice that I get a bit maudlin and a bit sad because I feel it. But, and I used to be in tears sometimes at gigs, and that was when I used to do more cabaret stuff. But now I do house, and it still drives me, but in a different mood, really. It makes me feel happy to be alive. It really does. Music.
I love the bit where you were at Coventry Pride, and you were like singing I'm gonna get you, and then you slowed down, and I thought to myself, God, I hope Angie's not having an exorcism. I'm gonna get
oh dear,
one of my life.
It's crazy. It's a crazy life.
But
really, I love it though.
I'm gonna get you, baby.
I love it. I love my job. So
good. Well, you're doing something to put food on the table for your children.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. I really love what I do for a living.
Good.
I can't believe it, really, sometimes that people want me to sing for them. That's amazing. It's like, wow. You want me to sing for you? I'll sing for you. Poor price, but I'll sing for you.
Oh, well, you're the first lady of the K Secret Life. No,
yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Angie. Dealing with Dickinson was another appearance you made, wasn't it, many years ago? Because originally you were a member of the public, but you were involved with learning the antiques trade as well as learning the basics. Must have been nerve-wracking, or did you actually learn a lot on that day?
Well, really, I was going through a messy divorce, and I had a little baby, and I was missing my baby. I was missing Cuba. So that must have been 13 years ago, and he was a newborn, and I had to go without him, and I was just missing him the whole time, and I was so tired. Apparently, when you have a baby, you're really tired, and I was like, yeah, he can't be that tired, but I really was. I really was.
So he's 13 now, is he?
Yeah, he's 13 now, and I had to leave him with my mum. My mum looked after him with her best friend. They were
Clementine.
Albertine was like a mum again.
I'll say that again. Nana Albertine.
They were loving looking after him. They were loving having a baby again. So it was good. It was good for them, and it was good for me.
How is your mum doing at the minute? Is she all right?
Sorry?
How is your mum doing at the moment? Is she okay?
She's fine, thank you. She really is. She's very, very cool.
Well, give her my regards.
I will do. She's a sweetie. She really is. So,
little
old dear. It's all right.
Any more Newcastle appearances from now until Christmas?
Oh my God, no! Because Paul has shut down all these venues. Who's going to have me but Paul? No, that's not true. I did work for the new guys at Easy Street and over in the bigger venue across the road. Now, what's that called again?
Powerhouse.
Yeah, the Powerhouse. So I did do some gigs. But what was that? That was much earlier on in the year. I think it was like in the summer.
If you want to know something, Angie, Paul Rowe and his friend Edgar own a venue called the Ruby Slipper in Hartlepool.
Yes, that's right. And I was supposed to play there, but I never really. The booking was never confirmed, so I never really.
And I can confirm, obviously, with Paul now no longer owning Easy Street, everybody is still there at Easy Street, and I think that the current owner John would more than happy hire you occasionally to sing in Easy Street, because you've got the likes of Miss Dixie, Vicky Paris, and other people on the DJ booth, and also Miss Lucy is doing really well. She's absolutely.
That's great.
I seen her the other day, and she was obviously on a crutch from her accident, etc. But I seen her trying to open the door, and I immediately jumped off my stool and opened to let her in. And I gave her a massive hug, and I says, "Hello, darling. It's good to see you back out and about. I hope you're taking it step by step." Because I always used to visit him at hospital nearly every day, getting him food and that. And I used to make him ham sandwiches and Lucasades and get him like bits and that, just to get him in his appetite back, you know. But he's looking really well.
Yeah. Wow. You're lovely doing all that for your friend. That's just fantastic.
It's my nature, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody was gutted when Lucy got hurt. Yeah. Everyone was absolutely like, no, couldn't have happened to a nicer person. She's so lovely.
But she's honestly, she's doing really well, and she's absolutely fighting through it. And I know she's dying to get back to work and do what she likes to do best.
Good, because she's good.
So hello, Paul. I'm glad. I know you're listening to us talking here, but you know we think the world of you, and I know
we missed her. We missed her.
I think everybody's missed her.
She's a darling. She really is. So, you know, even I went to the hospital once. Luckily, I had a chance to see her. That's a nice thing that Trevor done. Trevor said, "Come up a bit early, and we'll take you to see Lucy." So Trevor comes to the rescue. My Trev.
Angie, darling, just a few more questions left, and then we'll call it a night. When you're not singing and not performing, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to catch up with some friends on the phone, family, friends. I love reading, but since having the boys, I'm more reading to them than actually reading myself, because I'm so tired all the time. But when I'm on the ship, when I'm doing a little cabaret spot on the ship, and it's great, I got a whole days of no work, I just sit in my cabin and I catch up and I read loads of lovely little, I don't know, novels and books. So that's nice. And then I like listening to music, obviously, but mostly because I'm picking out stuff that I want to exercise to or play on the show. Sometimes I've got to learn stuff, and sometimes I've got to write as well, write top lines on instrumentals. And I also like playing a little word game. I love my word game. Words with friends, I love that. So
my favourite one is Countdown. I love doing Words with Countdown. I know it's slightly similar, but I know it's like getting words together and try and make the longest word you can. That's what I like doing. Once I got a 9-letter word generator.
You're kidding?
Nah, never really. Because I know 9's the maximum on Countdown, and when I seen the letters jumbled up, I thought to myself, God, it's like a conundrum, but obviously it's a standard round of letters, and I thought, I've just got a 9-letter word generator. Get in.
That's amazing.
It is.
That's
Finally,
amazing.
Angie.
Wow.
Any advice? Wow. Yeah, I'm still fascinated with that myself. Generator. Oh God. Wow. Any advice to newcomers in the music industry?
Oh, there's always advice. The main thing is, you know, don't be a pain in the neck. Be professional. Turn up on time. I don't know. I suppose learn your lines or learn your songs, whatever you're doing. You know, and you know, especially for the ones in drama school. Don't think you're going to leave school or you know, you're going to do a few gigs and then you're going to be famous overnight. It doesn't work like that.
It takes a lot of effort and commitment, doesn't it?
It does, and it's just try not to be a pain in the neck, because the ego can make you think that you're famous and you're not famous yet, and if people see you like that, then they'll mark your card and you won't get anywhere.
And they won't get anywhere, especially if they're like, bros, when will they be famous?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you need to behave yourself, really,
yes.
and know how blessed you are, rather than be a show off and let your ego take over everything.
Yes.
It's boring.
Be professional and just enjoy yourself and relax and just be happy.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
Yeah, and work hard so that you're good at, you're at the top of your game and everybody knows that you're talented. So, you don't need to show off any more than that.
No, certainly not.
And they appreciate you, and you need to show some appreciation for them, because they put, bread on the table, so to speak. So, I'm not horrible to anyone who wants to meet me. I appreciate them and I embrace them, because
of course.
You know what? Without them, where would I be? So now, you appreciate me and I appreciate you.
Good.
It's as simple as that.
And it's good how we talk on a regular basis, time to time as well, just to see how.
I love it. I do love it. So what are you doing now? When we finish now?
Well, I'm going to put the video together and then get a pit video put in place with Angie Brown live on it. And
oh, wonderful!
Get the wow, waste your time at the start. I couldn't really
put some music together for my radio show next week.
You watch any bun?
So I'm doing some music. I'm sorry.
I didn't know what you had said. Sorry.
I'm going to be putting some music together for my radio show next week.
Oh, excellent!
And then I'm going to be sorting out my mum's blue badge. Oh, and the team's blue badge is going to run out, so I need to, go online and sort out a new blue badge for Nanny.
Good. It's a rat race world, and you must get yourself an application.
That's right. There you go.
I love it. Angie Brown, thank you very much for coming back on. Will you come back on again in the future?
Of course I will, David. You know that.
No bother.
You know that.
Thank you so much.
Without a doubt. My pleasure, babe.
You take care. All the best.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, and thank you, David.
You're welcome. Bye. Ta-ra now.
Listening. Bye. Bye, Lucy. Bye, Trevor.
Hey. Thank you very much for watching from Angie and from me. Until the next time, goodbye.